not much there now, is there? But really this checkpoint, there had been a checkpoint here before the wall even went up, because it was still like a crossing point between the sectors. It was of no real importance. The wall goes up though, illegally, unintentionally, 13th of August 1961, and it's suddenly become an international border crossing point. You know, the Americans, right? This is like the construction of the wall was a huge statement, of course, by the Soviet bloc. Look, we're kind of separating, we're kind of keeping people out of West Berlin. The Americans wanted to express some kind of solidarity with the West Berliners and show that the West was still on their side, but they couldn't go as far as knocking down the wall, because that would start World War III. And so what they did is that they sent a guy called General Lucius Clay here with the very simple task of pissing off the Soviets. That was his job. And so what he used to do was send people through the checkpoint all the time, over and over again, with the wrong documents or no documents at all, and say to them, right, you have a right to pass through here, so demand to see the supervisor when they stop you. And get someone, keep demanding people until somebody lets you through. Then when you get through, walk in about 5 metres, turn around and come right back out. And that's what he did, and tensions did begin to mount. Now, in response, the Russians started to do tank drive-bys, if you like, further up the street here, from side street to side street. So the tank could drive across Friedrichstraße, so you'd know the tanks were there, but they wouldn't quite be going as far as lining them up. That wouldn't be subtle enough. The Americans decide subtlety is not of the order of the day at all, as they line up their tanks on the other side with the guns trained on it. This is 1961, and tensions are so high here. If one soldier had fired one shot by accident at the other side, you could have been looking at World War III. World War III, of course, more than likely would have used nuclear warfare. And so if I was to really try and sell Checkpoint Charlie, I would say this is where the world nearly ended. It might be a bit much, but you know, it's kind of a little bit true in a way. As well as that, CIA are based in this building here, KGB in a building that used to stand here. They'd be spying on each other all the time. Checkpoint Charlie though, that guy up there is not Charlie. That is some random American soldier. Well, not that random, he was one of the last American soldiers stationed here. But the name comes from the military alphabet, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. The first Checkpoint Alpha was from East Germany to West Germany. Checkpoint Bravo was East Germany to West Berlin. Checkpoint Charlie was East Berlin to West Berlin, solely for the use of foreigners. That's maybe what it gave them notoriety as well. It does have huge historical importance, obviously, because of all this. And so you've got to look at what they have now and kind of be like, they didn't make much of an effort, did they? You've got the reconstruction of the old border crossing hut, which is a faithful replica. Again, this is a bit of a kind of a psychological game by the Americans. It was built small and flimsy to show they didn't care about the border. And then at the moment they've got like the ultimate international Christmas tree in front of it for some reason. And then the main centrepiece, this lovely memorial with Sergeant Harper being the American soldier looking into the Soviet sector. So what's on the other side? Soviet soldiers looking into the American sector. How profound, eh? Really, I think they could have made a bit more of an effort, to be quite honest. They do have the original sign, which is fully by the way. Over there, you're going to enter the American sector. That is the original border crossing sign, so that's, you know, one thumbs up for Checkpoint Charlie. In general though, this is every guy's most hated stop, because it's noisy, it's a bit Disneylandy, but most importantly, it's so close to the break. Let's go and get some coffee and warm, shall we? The museum is worth going to. It's really good, although if you can handle the cold, almost everything that's in the museum is on these kind of hoardings outside as well. So it's up to yourself. So yeah, we get some coffee.